What's up, y'all? We're back for yet another Sunday Riff Refinery, and for those of you that aren't aware of what that is, that's where I sit down and I record myself writing a riff from scratch. Whether that's with drums or bass or what have you, doesn't really matter, but what matters is that I sat down and I wrote something, and I then post the process here for you all to watch it and for you all to listen. Sometimes there's even ways for you to participate. Like last week, and I'll have this linked up here, you got to participate by writing your best guitar solo to the riff that I wrote. And just a little spoiler alert, that's gonna happen again this week too. So stay tuned to the end of this video, so that way you can see what this week's contest is. Today, we're not doing something metal though. We're doing something a little bit different. As you can see, I have a new piece of gear here, two new pieces of gear actually that I'm trying out. The pedal though is the new signature pedal from Yvette made by Walrus Audio, and I'm really stoked to get into this. I've been looking at it for a couple of months now, and it's really cool to finally be playing through it. The second piece is this new GOC Guitars Illumina Modern. This is my first GOC with a trem on it, and I'm really stoked on this guitar. It's very classy. This is one piece here. It looks so damn nice, honestly. The trem just looks great on it. It feels great. It's very smooth operating. I love the Paragon 2.0 pickups, which I am doing a full review on the 6, 7, and 8 versions of these very soon. But yeah, this thing is just fantastic. Love this guitar. And so obviously you can see the theme that I'm going for. I'm going to be playing some clean tones. Today we're going to be jamming through the PV Invective.MH on its clean channel, because yes, it has a fantastic clean channel. We do have the Qi Etherealizer from Yvette and Walrus Audio right here, as well as the Joyo Avalon compressor is turned on. I don't have anything else going on though. That is it. And then up inside of Logic, I'll show you what I've got going on here. I do have one instance of the stock Logic EQ with just a basic high and low cut and then a bump over at 5550. And then I do have Cabinetron because the impulse responses that I've loaded in are my favorite ones from the King's Cab. I'm doing a blend. So the Andrail and the Belthronding, those two just sound really good to me. So let's go ahead and hear that all without the Etherealizer first, then we'll dive into how it sounds with it. I will be playing on the neck pickup today, but just so y'all can hear it, here's the bridge. The middle section actually sounds pretty good too. So you can hear that compressor putting in work there, making sure I'm not overloading the Invective. Sounds great, in my opinion. We're going to close all this out. I do have a lot of little ideas recorded in here already, but we're going to skip over those because I didn't end up liking any of them. So with the Etherealizer, let's go ahead and turn that on and hear how we sound now. I don't have any of the grain going, so let's go ahead and add some grain. I think I have it set to the reverse setting. Yeah, you can hear the reverse there. It's pretty sick, honestly. So you can hear a lot going on there. So right now I have the chorus mixed all the way up, but relatively low settings on the rate, and then the depth is cranked as well, and it's on the tri-chorus. We have the delay set pretty far up. It's on just a regular quarter note delay, and I've got it kind of tap tempoed out to the 140 BPM of what this riff is gonna sound like. Grain we just turned up as you heard. I have the mix set all the way up so that we're running in parallel right now, which means you're hearing the sound of my guitar come through in addition to the effects. Really great and underrated feature of this pedal that I wish every pedal would add on there, because it's honestly very useful. Tone is cranked on here. I have the reverb just up a hair because I didn't need a ton of it for what I'm playing right now. I want to hear these individual notes. I don't want to get lost in the sauce yet. We'll get there though. And then I do have the whole pedal running in parallel as well, so it's not running in series. And I like the way that this sounds. I really think that Walrus Audio and Yvette smashed it out of the park with this pedal. Not sponsored or anything like that. This is just a fantastic pedal. And it takes up the space of one pedal, but is actually filling the needs of 4 or 5 different effects, which is fantastic. My pedal board's already full, and this one fills it out for me. Alright, so today's idea, I don't really know where I was going with it. I was going for some like Midwest emo kind of vibes, and I wasn't really vibing with those at first either. And then I started just messing with these chords, and it reminds me of something, reminds me of a band. I can't remember what the heck it was, but it's something like... And that then led me down this rabbit hole. So something like that. As you can hear, this is not my wheelhouse. I'm using high gain distorted riffs and palm muting and everything like that. trying to branch out, I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to adapt. So bear with me here. And I'm doing this because this pedal inspired me to write it. So did this guitar though, honestly. I haven't even used the trem yet and it's still inspiring me to play. I love these damn GOC guitars. I know I'm endorsed by them and endorse them as well. And I don't care. I really do like these guitars a ton. But let's go ahead and record that down to a click real quick because I want to actually get this down. So we're at 140. Sorry if the click's gonna be kind of loud, but we're gonna go with it. That's something I didn't do last time that actually could go with that. There's something there. Let's turn off the green real quick while we figure that out. Nah, that wasn't it. I feel like a little run would sound good there. There we go. Okay, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and turn off the cycle record because I don't know how long that tail is going to end up being with the grain on. So let's go ahead and turn that back on because I want to capture every little bit of that. It just sounds so sparkly and ethereal, hence the name. Oh, come on, Ryan, don't start that way already today. Okay, that was one take on it. Let's go ahead and duplicate and mute that. All right, I think I've got it now. I think I've worked it out a little bit. Let's see. Got it. Finally, that was the one. Don't know what I was doing, and I probably will find this out when I go back and I'm editing this and I can see my mistake over and over and over again. Because although you only see one track up there, I just hit undo a million times. So yeah, looks like one take, not one take. Let's listen back to that. All right, so now I feel like that needs to then loop. So let's go ahead and start it right there at the end again. Honestly, that works. So we can just keep that looping between these two and have it go back and forth like that. And I don't know what I want to have it do underneath it. I wonder if I should double track that. It's going to be hard to double track that though. Let's go ahead and move this for now and we will try to double track it. These effects are very random and that's why I say it would be hard to double track this because it might not actually sound good unless I double tracked it without the effects and then reamped it through the effects. Which I'm not going to do right now. Okay, wasn't an exact double track, but it wasn't bad. honestly, I'm not mad at that. Let's go ahead and just see what that sounds like loop. Okay, I can see that's a little bit, so it's cutting out a little bit, like, not nicely. So what I would need to do is create more tracks because I'm using up CPU to do that. And so what we'll do is move this up, and then we'll make both of these down here. But this will just sound better. And so now we will let those tails ring out, and that way we can just then duplicate this again. All right, and now we have a pretty long loop here. So let's listen. Alright, so this is when we start to get spacey with the leads and everything. So let's go ahead and turn the volume down on all of these. Let's go down to like 5 dB down, and let's see what this sounds like now. Alright, cool, so we can hear this guitar over it. So I don't want to complicate this. I'm not going to try and shred over this or anything, but there we go. Okay, I want to record that actually. Okay, there's something there. Oh, that's gonna be a hell of a stretch. Maybe. So we've got... I think that might fit. I think this might fit as more of an intro, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and record that. Click track is on. This is gonna suck, but it just sounds cool. It reminds me of Follow Troy. Alright, so that was just a really bad scratch take, so let's go ahead and just see how that sounds going into the final track itself. Let's take a listen. I don't know, there's something there, and it's not coming to me right now. Ah, man, I hate when this happens to me and like there's something there and I just can't think of it and it's frustrating as hell. Let's go ahead and just jam over this for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, that's not working. Let's just do some spacey leads. What I think we need, and we'll come back to that other one in another session. I'm saving that for sure. It sounds sick, but I think what we need is some spacey leads here. So I'm going to just set this cycle to record that. And maybe we go for some distortion instead. We'll get real spacey with it. Let's see what this sounds like. All right, so maybe we'll use this trem finally. Let's go ahead and see how this sounds. All right, I've got that obviously way too loud. Let's bring the post gain down on this bad boy. And then we'll bring down this lead a little bit. You can hear that tail goes on forever. All right, so we might be onto something there. Let's figure out a little melody. Okay, so I think that'll work, but we need to do just like that. Let's go, we need a boost on there. Let's try this again. Okay, so that's the first part, I think. I like that better than the first take. I think though what we should do is actually make this start back here, and I'm going to drag that out because I like that little pick noise I had. Let's hear how that sounds going into that next section here. Honestly, that's sick. All right, just like last week, I've got an idea for this. I've set the stage for that here, but I want to hear what you guys would write to this exact riff. I want to hear something ambient, I want to hear something spacey, but I also want it to have melody, and I want it to be better than what I just wrote, which is probably not hard for 99% of you. So what I'm going to do, just like last time, is down in the description below, I will include the MP3 file for this. I am going to leave my little lead inside of there. For those that are wondering, this is at 140 BPM. I'll try to remember to put that in the title of the file itself. But yeah, we are at 140 BPM. We're just in regular old drop D on here as well, so nothing special going on. I'm not gonna even write any drums to this yet because I really wanna like iron this out a little bit more. But download this, write your leads to it, post it here on YouTube, post it on Instagram, post it wherever you wanna post it. Make sure to tag me so I see it. I'm stoked to hear what people write to this because I'm really vibing with the chord progression and just that little bit of a spacey lead that I started writing. But what I'll do is I'll have this loop just continuously for like another minute or so when I export that MP3 so that y'all can just jam along to it as much as you want. Feel free to cut it up and do with it what you need to. You can even add drums to it if you want to. But yeah, let's see what y'all can do with this one. Thank you all for sticking around for this somewhat unconventional riff refinery, but I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love. Bye.